From the air conditioner also the germs. Air conditioner, the germs are coming. Then you can see the ceilings. From the ceilings also the germs are coming. And it's the washroom. From the washroom also the germs are coming. So it's coming from everywhere, beta. Now over here, what are you doing? So your hand is full of germs. And that's the reason why we keep on saying that clean your
Wash
hands
your hands properly.
before eating. Okay? Yes, read.
The microorganisms or microbes are so small in size that they cannot be seen with the
Read
unaided eye.
properly.
Some of these, such as
Read
the
properly.
fungus, and पहले से
Read
read करो आप.
properly. And if you speak in Hindi, I will stop you. This is the last
Okay.
time I'm telling you. If you
Read.
speak in
Okay,
Hindi, I
ma'am.
will stop
The
you to read.
microorganisms or microbes are too small in size that they cannot be seen with the unaided eye. Some of
Unaided.
these unaided eye. Some of
Thank you.
these Some of these, such as the fungus that grows on bread, can be seen with a magnifying glass. Others cannot be seen without, without the help of a microscope. That is why these are called microorganisms or microbes. Microorganisms are classified into four major groups. These groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and some algae.
Okay. Thank you, beta. Well done. Are you happy with your reading?
Yes.
Your voice
So
is
have so
cutting and coming.
yes, beta.
Your voice is cutting and coming.
Okay. Again, the net problem maybe. I don't know. Now is it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Is it okay, beta?
No, ma'am.
So can you do me a favor? You leave the meet and again rejoin because
Yeah.
others are not finding problem. You are finding problem. So leave the meet and rejoin it. Okay. So these microorganisms, or otherwise called as microbes, are very small in size that you cannot see with your naked eye. But certain microorganisms can be seen with a magnifying glass. What are they, beta? They are bread. On bread, you can see fungus growing. Have you ever seen fungus growing on bread? Hello?
Ma'am, I have seen. It is
Yes.
black
So
and white.
green, black,
Green, black, and white.
sometimes yellow, sometimes yellow. So you get this, it's called as mucor, bread mucor growing on bread. So we can see with magnifying glass or with naked eye also we can see. Now others we cannot see. We need the help of microscope. Hence they are called as microorganism or microbes because we are seeing with the help of microscope. We can classify, we can separate microorganisms into four major groups. What are they, beta? First is bacteria, second is
Bacteria,
fungi.
fungi,
So first is
protozoa,
bacteria,
and some
then
algae.
fungi, then protozoa and algae. So these are the four major groups that we are classifying microorganism into. Any problem so far? Any problem, beta?
No.
Okay. So we'll do one activity first. Read. Yes, continue,
Activity
beta.
1. Collect some moist soil from the field in a beaker and add water to it. After soil particles have settled, observe a drop of water from the beaker under a microscope. What do you see?
So what you have to take, beta? You go to a field and collect some soil, and that soil should be wet, moist. It should not be dry soil, but it should be wet soil. Okay, moist soil. And put it in a beaker. You know what is beaker? This is the beaker. This is the beaker. Have you seen this? And put a little bit of moist soil in the beaker. And then what you will do? We'll add water to it. This will mix. Yes or no? Later, the soil particles will settle at the bottom. Am I right? And afterwards, from top, you will take a drop of water and observe under a microscope. What will your observation? Let's see. This much have you understood? Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
understood this activity? Okay.
Yes.
So this is going to be observation. Read. Read better. Hello?
Am I read?
Yes, better. All of you can read. Don't worry.
Those small things you observe through the microscope are called
Microscope,
the microorganisms. Some of the
pictorial.
pictorial example are given in the next section.
So what we observe? Whatever organism we observe in that one drop of water under the microscope, they are all called as microorganisms. Yes or no? Hello? Hello? Yes? So in that drop of water, we saw microorganism under the microscope. Yes, some more
Microorganism,
about. Yes, read.
microorganism, microbes,
Microbes. Microbes.
microbes,
So either we call them,
microorganisms.
just a moment, beta. Either we call them microorganism or we call them microbes. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Microorganisms are very small organisms which cannot be seen with the
Unaided eye,
naked eye. They can be seen only with a microscope. Microorganisms may be
unicellular,
or particular
multicellular.
cellular.
For example, see, if this is only one cell, then it is unicellular. But now, if it is made up of many cells, yes, then it is multicellular. You understand? So they are called as multicellular. This is the difference. Okay, next.
Microorganisms may exist alone or in colonies. For
So either,
example,
okay, read.
for example, you might observe that during the rainy season, moist bread gets spoiled and its surface get covered with greenish white patches.
Okay, understood as much? Now, either they are staying alone, they live alone, or they live with together. They live together. So, if they live together, we call them colony. Remember, even we live in colony society. Have you heard of that? Either we have got a single separate bungalow, or we live in a colony in flat system. What do you say? Or society? Hello,
Yes.
hello. You understood? So even microorganisms stay like that. Now you can see over here. Now, are they living alone or they are living together? Can you see this?
Together.
Together. So there are colonies of patches. Now, over here also you can see this spoiled bread. Can
Alone.
you see this? Yes. This is alone. You see alone. This is fungus. Both are fungus. They are all living together. Okay. Okay. Read better.
Yes, ma'am. Types of organisms. There are four main types of
No, better types
organisms.
of
They are,
microorganisms.
yes, types of microorganisms. There are four main types of microorganisms. They are bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoans. For example, bacteria, Lactobacillus, E. coli, etc.
Lactobacillus, say with me,
Lactobacillus,
E. coli,
Lactobacillus, E. coli,
E. coli,
etc. Algae,
Chlamydomonas, say Chlamydomonas,
Chlamydomonas,
Spirogyra.
Spirogyra,
But don't read wrong. I'm
Spirogyra,
I'm
etc.
reading it. You go after me, okay? Spirogyra,
Yes, Spirogyra,
fungi,
fungi,
bread mold,
bread mold, penicillium,
penicillium, aspergillus,
penicillia, and
aspergillus,
aspergillus,
protozoans,
protozoan,
protozoans,
amobia,
amoeba, paramecium, paramecium,
paramecium, etc. Viruses are also considered as microorganisms. They are different from other organisms because they reproduce only in the body of host. Organisms like bacteria, plant or animals. Common elements like cold, influenza, and
common
most of
ailments,
our
common ailments,
common ailments like
hmm.
cold, influenza, and most cough are caused by viruses. Serious diseases like polio and chicken pox are also caused by viruses.
Okay. So what is the classification of microorganism? Namely, we know that bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa. Four. Now, which one? The fifth one we are adding? Viruses. This much have you understood? So say with me: bacteria, algae,
Bacteria, bacteria,
fungi, algae, fungi, protozoan, and viruses. Okay. So these are the five microorganisms that we are going to work on. The examples are there. You have to mug it up. You have to remember all these examples. I will be
yes,
showing you
yes, ma'am.
pictorially also. Now, viruses. What are viruses? Just now, what
Viruses are
The
yes,
COVID we had, that is virus. So
ma'am.
their microorganism, how they are different from others? They are different because actually they are dead organism. But when they come in contact with animals or any living organism, they start behaving like living organisms and start multiplying. And they multiply very fast. So they may live in bacteria, they may live in plants, they may live in animals or human beings and can multiply. For example, the diseases which are spread by the viruses, they are cold, flu, coughs. These are all diseases by virus. Even we have the polio. It's very serious diseases like polio, chicken pox. They are also caused by viruses. Any problem? Hello, any problem with her?
No.
No, ma'am.
Understood? You have to just mug up. You have to just mug up now. You have to learn by heart certain names of the microorganisms. You understand? Yes? Now see this. See, this is spiral bacteria. Can you see this spiral? It's like earthworm. Yes? Can you see this? This is spiral bacteria. I'll show you in detail. See, can you see this spiral? Okay? This is spiral bacteria. As the shape of the, this is rod shaped bacteria. Can you see this rod shaped? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me,
Yes.
Vita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Answer me, Vita. If you hear me, then answer me.
Yes.
Okay. Now we come to algae. This is unicellular. See, one cell algae. This is known as Chlamydomonas. What it is known as, Vita? Say with me, Chlamydomonas.
Lemon.
Domonas. Say, Chlamydomonas. Monas. This is the name of the algae.
Yamidomonas.
Well, very good, very good. Now this is unicellular. The other one is Spirogyra. Spirogyra. I told you, remember? See, this is multicellular. See, the other is like this. This is multicellular. There's Spirogyra, which you call as Leel. Now we have protozoan. This is amoeba, which can change its shape, and this is paramecium. This is protozoan. Now we have fungi. You see this bread mold? This is what you get on the bread. Now this is penicillium, and this is aspergillus. Got it? Is a type of fungus. Any problem? Now you have seen pictorially also how the fungus, algae, bacteria and protozoan look like. Any confusion, beta? Hello? Any problem? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Hmm? You understood? This is how it looks like. Okay? Now we are going to show more of the types of bacteria. Again, this is spiral bacteria. This is rod-shaped bacteria. Then we have this algae, more pictorially. This is Chlamydomonas. This is Spirogyra. See how this looks like. See, this is amoeba. What is specialty of amoeba, beta? They can change their shape. You understand? Amoeba can change its shape. Do you know that?
No.
No. So amoeba can change its shape with the help of pseudopodia. Now this is called as false foot. See, can you see this? This is known as false foot. Here. It can catch its prey and it can help in the movement of the body. So that's why it is called as false foot or pseudopodia. It's a specialty of amoeba. Now we have paramecium. Can you see this paramecium? This is the paramecium. Very small organisms. Then three types of bacteria. This is how the bread mold looks like, and penicillium and aspergillus. You can see, this is bread mold. This is bread mold. And this one is penicillium. And this one is aspergillus. You can see the different uh, shape, structure of the microorganisms. And this is the virus. Can you see the virus better? This is the virus. Got it? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So you can see the virus? Yes? So now you're thorough regarding algae, fungi, protozoa, bacteria, and viruses. Do you want to ask me any question? Do you want to ask me any question, beta? Hello?
Yes, no,
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
ma'am.
Do you want to ask any question, beta?
No.
Okay, tell me the names of microorganisms.
Bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoa and virus.
Okay, so last should be and. Why you put and in between? You say bacteria,
Yes.
protozoa, algae, fungi, and viruses. You understand? So these are the five. Actually, we have started with four, but we have included The fifth, that is virus. This is detaining. So you can see over here that there's the head of the virus. So it is called as capsule, head capsule. This is the head of the virus. And this long thing is called as tail. What it is called, beta? Tail. So virus body is made up of head and tail. Okay? Now the question is, we are talking about microorganism, but where do they live? Please start. Mute the mic, beta.
Microorganisms may be single-celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as algae and fungi. They can survive
Just,
under all
just a
types of
moment.
environment,
Just a moment.
ranging from ice,
Beta,
cold climate to
can you
hot.
do me a favor? Can you hear me? If I
My
say
mic
just a
is not
moment, then
on.
you should stop. Hello? Hello?
Sunrise, mic off कर. Sunrise, हम sunrise का mic शुरू है.
Okay, keep a message.
Environment ranging from ice, cold climate or hot springs and deserts to marshlands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals including humans. Some microorganisms grow other organisms, while others exist freely. Microorganisms like amoeba can live alone, while fungi and bacteria may live
In colonies.
colonies.
So the question is, where do they live? First, as usual, we will start with that how microorganisms are. So they are single celled or multicellular. They are unicellular or multi. If they are single cell, they are called as unicellular. If they are many cell, then they are called as multicellular. So if they are single cell, as we saw in bacteria, algae, and protozoa, they are single cell, right? So protozoa, I think amoeba is protozoa, that's single cell. Paramecium is single cell. Algae as chlamydomonas, it is single cell. Bacteria, you saw rod-shaped and spiral-shaped bacteria, they are all single cell. And multicellular. So in multicellular, we have fungi as well as algae. What is the specialty about this microorganism? That they can live anywhere, everywhere. Any environment you give, they can live. So, for example, even in Antarctica, you can see bacteria. You know that? So even in ice cold climate, to hot springs, even deserts to marshy lands. So what is called marshy lands? Beta bogs, swamps. Even in those places, you can have these microorganisms. Even inside the bodies of animals and human beings, you can see bacteria. You understand? Hello? Hello? Even inside the bodies of animals, even humans, we have bacteria inside our body. Also, you can see that some microorganism they grow on other organism without any bonding, right? Both of them are free, but they are growing on others. Amoeba is a protozoa, it can live alone. Whereas you have seen fungi and bacteria, they all live in colonies. That means they live together. Understood? Hello, did you understand better? Hello? Okay, fine. You want to ask me any question? Do you want to ask me any question, beta?
No,
Boys, any
no.
problem, you can ask me right away. All of you understood? Hello? Hello,
Yes,
boys?
ma'am. Understood.
You understood. Answer me then, beta. I just keep on and on.
मैं ही
Now,
अकेला देख.
okay, friendly microorganism. That means the microorganisms which are not harming us, but they are helping us. Let's talk about them. Start. Please start, beta.
Okay, ma'am. Friendly microorganism. Microorganisms are used for various purposes. They, they are used in the
Adjust your mic.
preparation of.
Adjust your mic, beta.
Yes, okay. Microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in the pre- preparations of curd, bread, and cake. They are also used in cleaning up of the environment. For example, the organic waste, vegetables, peels, remains of animals, feces, etc.,
Ficus. Ficus.
feces, fecus, etc., are broken down in harmless and usable substance by bacteria. Recall that bacteria are also used in the preparation of medicines. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogen.
Okay. So you understood in short, in one slide, how microorganisms are helpful to us. Is it clear? Let's go one by one. We are using this microorganism for so many things. First, let's start from home. Mama prepares curd. Yes or no? Hello? Mama prepares curd.
Yes,
Yes? Okay.
yes,
What is that curd, beta? It is bacteria? Yes? Yeast. It is bacteria. So, curd is prepared by yeast. Bread is also prepared by yeast. And cake is also prepared by yeast. You understand now? So, all these have got the microorganism. Without them, it cannot be prepared. This is over. Have you understood this much? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
yes,
Okay. Second point. Now, if there are dead bodies around us, do you think it will be a healthy place for us to live in? I repeat, if there are dead bodies around us, there will be a lot of smell, isn't it? Bad smell. Yes or no? So, what microorganism does? It decomposes the dead body and mixes with the soil. You understand? So, the organic waste, for example, the vegetable peels, the garbage, animal remains, that is, it could be cow dung, it could be the dead body of the animal, and human figures, that's human potty. All these things are worked upon by the organisms, the microorganisms, and they break it down, they simplify it and allow it to mix with the soil. Understand? And who does it better? Bacteria. So it is mixing with the soil, it's making it very useful. Bacteria also is used in the preparation of medicines. This is a third usefulness of bacteria. And we have, in 7th standard, we have talked about rhizobium bacteria. Yes or no? Boys,
yes,
rhizobium bacteria in the nodules of the leguminous plants, remember? So they fix nitrogen. If they fix nitrogen, that means it's making its own protein. So the farmers don't have to add any manure or fertilizer to the plant. Am I right? Hello? Hello? Did you
Ma'am.
understand? Did you understand or not? I've shown
Yes.
you that this is the root. Yes? And they are the nodules. Remember? In this rhizobium bacterium lives. And whenever there's a lightning, so the atmospheric nitrogen is captured by that, is trapped by this rhizobium bacteria, and it is used for preparing the protein of the plant. Yes or no? So this is also a big help. Bacterium is helping the plant to make its own protein. Yes or not? Hello? Say something,
Yes,
beta.
ma'am.
This much have you understood?
Yes.
Yes, more in detail. Read, beta. Read, please.
Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some others are harmful and cause disease. Microorganisms are used for making curd from milk, for making cheese, pickles, bread, cakes, pastries, alcohol, wine, vinegar, acid, etc.
Acetic acid. What is vinegar? Acetic acid.
Acidic acid.
Then
Making curd from milk. The bacterium called
lactobacillus.
lactobacillus reproduces in milk and helps to convert milk into curd. Making bread. The fungus called yeast reproduces in flour.
Dough. Dough. Flour dough. Dough say and produces. Can anyone start reading?
Ma'am, can I?
Hello? Yes, sure.
Ma'am,
Be
for
louder.
okay, ma'am. Microorganisms are used for making curd from
No,
milk.
that is done, beta. That is done. You start with making curd from milk.
Okay, ma'am. Making curd from milk. The bacterium called Lactobacillus
Bacillus.
reproduces in milk and helps to convert milk into curd. Making bread. Number two, the fungus called
Yeast.
yeast reproduces in
Flour.
flour, duh,
Dough.
and produces carbon dioxide during respiration, which makes and dough soft and helps in making bread, cakes, biscuits, pastries, and etc.
Fine. Thank you, beta. So we are living in microorganism and it has a very big role to play in our lives. Some of them are helpful, some of them are causing diseases. Now, which are helpful, like we are getting curd from milk, we make cheese, we make pickles, miss achar, bread, cakes, pastries, alcohol also, wine, and the vinegar. I think you know vinegar, that is acetic acid. All these are prepared by the microorganisms. Let's see how we prepare curd from milk. The bacterium which is used is lactobacillus, which reproduces, which multiplies in milk and convert milk into curd. Second is how to prepare bread. Yeast is a fungus. Remember that. When we were studying, it was in bacteria, but now it has changed. Yeast is put in fungus. It reproduces in, you make that, what you call this dough. Dough is like when you make, you take atta.
Yeast.
No, just a moment. You take atta and you mix with water and yeast, and then you make a dough. In
It will
Hindi, we say
multiply.
bandhna, lot banana, lot. That is called in Hindi.
वो तो गुजराती
Lot
में लोट
bandhvanu.
होता है.
Lot bandhvanu. That the process is called as dough. Okay. This is
Yes,
it called
dough.
as, this is called as dough. When you prepare it for making rotis or making bread, that is called as dough. What happens after some time? You will see the amount of the size of the ball will become big. Why? Because carbon dioxide is produced during respiration by the yeast, and the dough becomes very soft and it swells up, it rises up. Okay. And where are we using all these techniques? We are using it in breads, cakes, biscuits, pastries, etc. Is this clear? Beta, is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Nicely, nicely. Any problem whatsoever, you can write. You can ask me.
No,
And
ma'am.
without fail, beta, I'm telling all of you, without fail, you have to submit your homework by today, if at all you have not done, without fail.
Okay,
Otherwise,
ma'am.
action will be taken against you.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm? Without fail, I
Okay,
said.
ma'am. Bye.
By evening, give it to your follow-up
Bye.
teacher. Do you understand, beta?
And
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
to
Bye.
send the
Yes.
homework to
Bye,
you
beta.
also.
No, no, only follow-up teacher, not to me, beta.
Bye.
Homework has to be given to only follow-up teachers. Bye, beta.
Bye.
Bye, beta.